Right now, America is in the early stages of a pandemic. Tensions are rising, people are running to the store, stocking up on food and supplies because our government has essentially told us that the only person responsible for your safety is you. Does that sound familiar? It should, because that's what every two-way advocate has been saying for years. The government didn't say, hey, we're gonna go door to door and hand out 3 months worth of food, masks, and hand sanitizers. No, they said, hey, citizen, don't panic, but we're dealing with a pandemic that we're not quite sure we can deal with if it gets to a certain level. So you might want to stock up on some stuff so you don't starve to death. And we also suggest that you stay in your house. This all happened in a matter of a week. Now the Department of Health and Human Services is telling its own employees that they should have at least 3 months worth of food on hand in the event of an uncontrolled pandemic. 3 months? How many families have food stocked up for 3 months? Better yet, how many families have enough money to pay for 3 months worth of food in a matter of a week? The vast majority of American families don't have food stocked up for 3 weeks, much less 3 months. I turn into a different person when I don't eat every 3 hours. Now imagine the savagery of people who haven't eaten in days because their food is run out and there's no one to restock the stores because they're under quarantine or because it's too dangerous to do because people are attacking the food trucks. And what happens if the power goes out? What happens if the garbage stops being collected and the police are overwhelmed and understaffed because the cops, who are people also, are worried about taking care of their families? That's when the wolves come out and start preying on the weak. And the last thing you want to be is someone who doesn't have the means to protect yourself because you've been trained to believe that only the government can protect you. I'm not saying every person who can legally own a gun needs to go out and buy a gun so that they can shoot the virus away. What I'm saying is you are your first line of defense. And because of this, every person who can legally own a gun should have a gun because this pandemic is showing us how fast things can go south. And if or when it hits the fan, even your own government will be telling you that the only person responsible for your safety is you. Politicians who say gun control can make us safe have fed you a false sense of security. It's impossible for the government to guarantee the safety and well-being of over 300 million people, especially when there's a temporary breakdown in society. Americans are supposed to be a group of self-reliant citizens who come together to do what's best for our nation. And we can't do what's best for our nation if the individuals in our nation don't have what they need to be self-reliant. The Second Amendment is about empowering the people of our nation the way our founding fathers intended. We are a strong nation because we are individually strong. And when we come together, we're even stronger. I know we'll make it through this because that's what we've done and that's what we'll continue and always will do. Just don't be so quick to throw away the very essence that makes this country great, our spirit of self-reliance. Right now, there's a culture war against the Second Amendment, which is why I need your help spreading our message to counter their message. You can do this by leaving a comment, sharing this video, and click the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice, and let them know you want to keep America tactical, because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion. It was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to get your I will not comply, I lost all of my guns in a boating accident, the AR-15 is protected by the Second Amendment, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirts, click the links in the description section of this video.